All right, welcome back, everybody, to another episode of the First Class Sports Podcast. My name is Bobby, and with me today, I have my dad again. I need to apologize. We did a full recording yesterday. Today is December 15th, 2022, which is a Thursday. We normally record these on a Wednesday, which we in fact did. I had Eric here, and then my dad joined us at the end. However, let's just say the audio was not nice. It wasn't until after the episode when I went back to review that there was no recovering it. You couldn't hear anything. It was a bunch of gobbledygook.
Technical difficulties.
It was something, in hindsight, I might have been able to catch if I was fully using this laptop on a day-to-day basis, but I'm not. It was a few things that I will now put into a precautionary measure.
Part of a learning curve.
Yes. In the 14 weeks that I had done that prior, I've never had that.
Yeah. Well.
So it took an hour and a half, basically, of trying to figure out what went wrong and how to fix it. It took a few phone calls with Zach and a phone call to Eric. And I've put in some safety measures behind it now.
And now you know if turtles rise, and you're able to look out for them.
Yes. So as that is unfortunate, we're going to skip quite a bit. This episode, which again, this is week 15, which we should have covered a little bit more of week 14. I will not be covering much of 14. We'll just be doing predictions for week 15, which starts today. We are recording this basically right before kickoff for week 15. I will, however, give a update on the our records for last week. So those will be up here. Last week, for week 14, Zach went 9-4 and has an overall record of 124, 82, and 2. Eric went 9-4 and has an overall record of 123, 83, and 2. Dad, because you were on the episode last week as well, and you're in the family league, you went 9-4 as well last week, and you went in your overall is 116, 90, and 2. You're a little far behind there.
Yeah,
it's all right. I went 8-5, giving my overall record 134, 72, and 2. That looks different on yours because I missed a whole week.
Yeah, I know.
But I'm in 2 leagues. I get to kind of cheat because I do my picks for the podcast in the main league.
So you take the league in which you're
I get a pass.
better.
I get a pass. Normally we go through game by game. We're not doing that. We're gonna dive right into predictions for week 15, which again, normally we record on Wednesday, and we're now having to do a backup recording on Thursday, which means hopefully we can try to get this one out a little quicker. We will see. So the games kick off tonight, Thursday, with the 49ers at Seattle. It was announced that Purdy is going to start tonight. Mm-hmm. He was questionable yesterday, but cleared that. So a little bit of an update. So he's going to start, and a lot of the media heads, I was just upstairs talking, they don't like that. Like, oh, why risk it? I think that's a bad take. I think it's fine. I think you want him to start, in my opinion. I think you want to get him, especially if he's going to be your playoff quarterback, because there's still some inkling that maybe Garoppolo comes back, right. Which maybe. I think Purdy needs as much, if truly he is going to go, he needs as many snaps under him as he can get, in my opinion.
And if he plays the way he did the first 2 weeks, and he's lighting it up and doing very well, go back in time to around 22 years ago when some kid named Tom Brady came in.
Yeah.
Took over for a quarterback up there in New England.
Bledsoe.
Did well after Bledsoe got hurt. And Belichick just stayed with him
Yeah.
And he took them all the way to a Super Bowl.
Yeah, and
hey, won.
Hey, 49ers, that defense is scary.
Yeah.
That run game, if they can continue to get McCaffrey going, they get healthier and healthier. The problem is you got to watch out for your injuries. You got Debo still out for 3 weeks, which, okay, keep him out. You know what? That leads it right to that final game. And I think I don't think they play him unless they haven't locked up that number 1 seed. Because if you lock up that number 1 seed going into that final week, why play him? Because now he gets 2 weeks.
Well, if they take Seattle out, they're pretty much going to be very close to locking it up.
No, they'll get the division, but only the number 1 seed gets the bye.
Right, and
it's not 2
they're
now.
They're probably not catching Philly, so.
Oh shoot, I forgot about Philly. I thought Philly was okay. I thought the Vikings were their only contender. No, you're right. Philly. For some reason, I didn't think Philly's the surprise team of blowing people out of the water. But you're right. So yeah, they'll probably have a good chance to clinch at least the division. I was hoping they would get that other bye. You're right. Either way, Seattle just gave up 220-something yards on the ground to Carolina.
Right.
You've got McCaffrey and, I can't remember their other backup running back, but they're both very good.
Mm-hmm.
And so if they get this run game going, it's over.
Yeah.
And Purdy did really good. I think he had 0 picks and 0 sacks against Tampa Bay's defense last week. Or whatever week they just played him.
Yeah, this kid turns out to be, one of those diamond in the roughs.
And as being Mr. Irrelevant.
Now,
wouldn't that be the story compared to Tom Brady? Because that was the whole thing with Tom Brady being picked, like, what was it, the last round in the 6th round or something?
I think he was number 199.
And then now you got this kid taking over as he truly is Mr. Irrelevant. Like, that'd be interesting. Either way, I'm taking the Niners tonight.
I'm going to go with the Niners.
So is Zach and Eric, even though they are not here today. Zach was not here yesterday, but Eric was. So unfortunately, neither of them could make the recasting. It was kind of a last-second thing, and neither of them could. So, but I do have their picks. Both of them are also choosing the Niners. So we are all in use on this one. Next one, we have 3 Saturday games this week. First one at 1 o'clock is Colts at Vikings. I cannot choose Colts. They have not won 2 in a row. Either way, I probably would not choose them here. I am going Vikings. Also because that I want to keep dropping into the top 5 overall pick. Eric and Zach are both taking Colts.
Yes, and I took the Colts yesterday, and I'm still going to stay with them.
Okay.
I'm just not totally sold on the Vikings.
They just got blown out by your Lions.
They got blown out by the Lions. They've just, what was the stat? They've given up more points than they've scored, and somehow have that record.
I think it was 2 weeks ago when you were on. I said they had a differential of plus 10. Well, now it's probably, what did they lose by? 10? It's probably an even flat. Yeah. I think it's probably even at this point. So, yeah, their defense is awful.
And, the Colts are still showing they're out there to play.
Except for the fourth quarter.
Oh, yeah, except for that fourth quarter.
Ryan just needs to know how to hold on to a ball.
Yeah.
So maybe just give it to Jonathan Taylor a few more times. So hopefully he doesn't fumble.
Either who's their backup?
Ellinger,
okay.
Put him in the fourth?
Put him in the fourth.
There you go. I think I said that yesterday, too. I said to have Ryan start the first 3, put Ellinger in the 4 as a closer.
3 and
Ellinger to close.
Come in and not drop the football and give it back to him.
There you go. I like it. Eric, Zach, and Dad are going Colts. I'm going Vikings. The 4:30 game on Saturday is Baltimore at Cleveland. Tyler Huntley was up in the air. Oh, no. I think I saw a thing, if you want to talk for a minute. I believe yesterday was up in the air if he had cleared Tyler Huntley had cleared the
for the Ravens?
Yeah, the concussion protocol. I believe today he cleared it and will start.
As the quarterback?
For the Ravens.
Okay,
for the Ravens.
Lamar Jackson's already out.
Oh, he was already out to begin with. Let me see if I can find it.
I'm not sure who the backup is for the backup there.
Yeah, I don't know that either.
But
yeah, we can do a pause here.
What? Whoops.
Oh, yeah, we can just do a pause. She can get a cut.
I was going to say, weather could be an issue too, though. I think things may be getting nasty up there.
As of 4 hours ago, Tyler Huntley is cleared, and Lamar Jackson is ruled out. So it will be Tyler Huntley starting for the Ravens.
Never heard of him.
He started quite all right. He's played a few games for him since good old Lamar Jackson's been out. So either way, I'm choosing Browns.
Yes.
And so do Zach and Eric. I think the Ravens have been wishy-washy all year. They're not healthy at all.
Right.
And
Lamar's
then
going on to his third game. Not Lamar.
Deshaun Watson is going on to his third game starting.
Third game.
And last week he started to get some connections
Right.
with some players. And so we'll see. I do like the Browns here. So everybody is on Browns. Next is the Saturday night game at 8:15. Divisional game. Dolphins at Bills.
Might only be a foot of snow in Buffalo this week instead of 5 feet. So
Yeah, six feet.
You know,
There is another
play through
snowstorm.
it.
Snowstorm. They better play in this one.
Yeah.
Good Lord. There could be, as Dad said, another snowstorm up to, what was it, 37, or have they moved it up again?
In Buffalo,
Yeah, I heard 37.
I haven't caught that. I've heard about a foot or so, but
Inches.
Yeah.
I heard 37 inches.
3-7 inches.
Not
yeah.
feet.
Oh,
37 inches of snow.
you know,
You've heard a foot?
where Buffalo's located, coming off of that lake,
off the lake.
right there, that lake effect snow just
It's
depends on it doesn't take much to shift it around, and
That's true.
they can bury the stadium pretty quickly.
And I don't know who that favors because Miami hasn't been able to get, they have good running backs, they just haven't been able to get them going.
Right.
And then you have
You can't throw that well in that stuff.
Right.
and-
So but the thing is, if you're a run team, really the only run offense, as I stated yesterday, I think it's in the 13 game. What week are we? So 14 games. I think the leading rusher for Buffalo, 8 out of those games, has been Josh Allen.
yeah.
And you don't want that as your quarterback. You don't want your leading rusher for 8 weeks be your quarterback.
No.
And since Dolphins can't, this is going to be really interesting. It could be a lot closer than I think people expect. I am going Buffalo, though.
I'm going to go Buffalo. Like I say, in these kind of games, the weather can be the
Equalizer.
It just creates more opportunities for turnovers, drop passes, fumbles.
Yes.
So
It'd be interesting to see what the head coach. Oh no, he would kill me if Eric were here. Mike Daniel,
McDaniels.
is that his name for the head coach out of the Dolphins? Oh no,
Mike McDaniels, Mitch McDaniels.
I think it's Mike. See, yesterday Mike
Yeah.
McDaniel. I was like, whew. Eric was over here being my my guru
Right.
on the computer all day yesterday when I needed him. Yes, Mike McDaniel was wearing a shirt.
Sort of thing.
It said, "I wish it were colder,"
Right.
because they're Miami, they're warm, they're about to go play in Buffalo. Got to be a way to get that cold over there. It's gonna be interesting on those players. Yeah, Tyreek Hill will be fine because he played in Kansas City.
Right.
So he had to play in Kansas City. He had to play in Denver. He's had those cold
A
games.
lot of those other guys have played. Even some of
Oh yeah, well
them in their high school and collegiate years playing
but
cold weather.
I mean, if you've been there a few years with Miami,
Right.
you're in the East. Your entire division's up north, though.
Yeah.
Buffalo, New York,
Jets.
and Patriots, all outdoor, all freezing cold.
Yep.
And if you roll the dice and you get those early August games and you get them away and you're up there, okay, you're lucky. But if you get those late December games that are there, you're cold. So I'm going Buffalo, and Eric and Zach are going Buffalo as well. And you said you're going Buffalo, right?
Buffalo. Yep.
Okay. Back to Sunday games. We got Philly at Chicago. I think Philly keeps on curb stomping people. What? Did I skip a game?
No, I'm just wondering why I got Chicago picked
You
for
probably
that.
accidentally picked them.
I-
Yesterday
yeah,
you had Philly.
Okay, I'm not sure how that changed. There we go. Back to Philly.
Yeah, you did not choose Chicago yesterday. I'm going Philly, and these guys are going. Everybody's on Philly. I don't see a chance in the world Chicago wins this game.
No.
I think Jalen Hurts still in my book right now. If we were going MVP, I think last week we talked about it. I still think he's MVP. If we had to call it right now.
He's easily in the running. With the injuries coming up to some of the other quarterbacks and main players, he's the one guy staying consistently out there and healthy.
But the injuries to the quarterbacks right now are Russell Wilson. He was nowhere in contention. Garoppolo, he was nowhere in contention. I mean, some of these guys just were nowhere near contention.
Russell Wilson's in contention for an award, but it's not a good one this year.
They have an award. NFL, what is it? Comeback Player of the Year.
Yeah.
Do they have biggest choke artist of the year? Because he might win that one.
That's about the one he's looking for.
Because he's looking good, Lord.
Biggest disappointment, maybe. Something.
Biggest trade bust.
Yeah.
It's
awful. Not a good one.
It's not good. But again, we talked about it yesterday, and I can leave this in here. He had a good dang game last week. He threw 3 touchdowns. He was leading them, and then he got hurt.
Up until now, Russell Wilson's been that chunk of coal in your
That's true.
stocking.
That is true. That is true. And I even said it a few weeks back when you weren't here. I said I want to give him another year because my thing is their offense has been hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I think they haven't had a connection. I'm wondering if you give him another year. I want to see what next year looks like. I don't want to completely say this is a bust. It's the same way with rookies. I believe Josh Allen had an awful rookie year.
Right.
And then he bounced back. So I give every player 3 years.
Yeah, well, Peyton Manning was 3-13 his first year here in Indy.
Yep. I give every player 3 years.
Yeah, you need to give a quarterback. You can't just say, okay, 6 games into the season, this guy ain't gonna make it.
And I know he's like a 12-year vet,
right?
But he's on a new team, new system.
Okay.
Maybe he's not a Peyton and he's not a Brady where he's going to gel right away. Let's give him a minute. I want to see. But it sounds like we are all going Eagles, clearly. Don't know how we got... Oh, yeah. Anyway, so next game is Atlanta at New Orleans. Divisional game. I don't like any of these teams. We said Marcus Mariota is going on IR, so it will be Ritter, the... rookie. Desmond Ritter, I believe.
For Atlanta?
Right. Yes. Andy Dalton will still be the quarterback for
the Saints.
I'm not a fan of either of these teams. However, I will go New Orleans here.
Yeah, I said yesterday, Atlanta has been the one team that I could never figure out. No matter which way I pick them every week, they do me wrong.
Yep.
And so I'm going to go with the Saints, which unfortunately might mean the Falcons could pull it out tomorrow. I haven't been able to figure them out in years.
Eric is also going to join us in picking the Saints.
Yeah.
Zach is going the opposite way and going Falcons.
Okay.
So, on to Detroit at the New Jersey Jets. Your boys put a curb stomping on them Purple People Eaters up in Minnesota the week before. I really like this Lions offense.
Yeah.
All of a sudden, I said it, I think it was last week, ever since Swift has been back and they've been getting that rotation with Williams. I'm not saying Brown's been back. Something with Goff clicked this year, and he's been really good.
I think they're gaining a confidence.
Yeah.
Knowing that, hey, we can start winning in this games and stuff. There's just something starting to gel. I'm hoping it continues.
Yeah. I'm all for it. I'm choosing Lions.
I'm not saying they're one of the best teams out there right now.
No, but
I'm finally, after a lot of years of just being depressed watching them, seeing some good progression upward with them. And yes, I'm going Lions.
Let's see here. Zach is going Lions. However, Eric likes to do this. He's going Jets.
Okay.
He's chosen Jets a lot this year. Next is Steelers at Panthers. I don't like either of these teams. But again, Panthers just are not a team to lay down after their coach got fired. They traded McCaffrey. They let Baker go.
Yeah.
They traded Robbie Anderson. I'm going to go Panthers here.
They're still playing tough. They've won their last couple of games. sometimes, there's a thing, addition by subtraction.
Yeah.
They took out a few of the pieces of the puzzle, but things got better for them. The rest of the pieces fit better for some reason.
I mean, you think when you let go, arguably when healthy, one of the best running backs in the league, but somehow their run game is still, like I said, they put up 220 odd some yards against Seattle.
Right
now, Seattle's defense might not be anything to talk about, but yeah, I'm going to go Panthers here mainly because I still think the Steelers are awful.
Yeah, they're just. I'll stay with the Panthers. It's at home.
Yeah.
So
Eric is going to join us. I'm going the Panthers, and Zach is going to go Steelers.
Okay.
Next is Cowboys at Jaguars. Oh boy, Houston came so close to winning against Cowboys.
Would have been totally funny.
Would have been funny. And Jaguars put a beat down on Titans in Tennessee last week. We said Trevor's looking really good. Trevor's putting up a few good games.
All right.
I'm going Jacksonville here. I'm going with an upset.
I'm going to jump with Jacksonville. Not one of my favorite teams. No. They always give the Colts trouble.
They're in our division.
But for this game, I'm not a Cowboy fan. I just feel if any team can go out there and blow a game to a team they shouldn't, it's the Cowboys. And so I'm taking Jacksonville.
So is Eric. And Zach is going to go with the Cowboys, though.
Okay.
Adding 4 people in here, we finally get that, So, I haven't been doing that. I'm sorry. They'll be up here anyway because I send this list. My dad, Eric, and I are going Jaguars, and Zach is going Cowboys. Next game, Kansas City at Houston. I don't see this one being close.
Yeah, that's kind of a quick one to gloss over.
I think everyone's going Chiefs, correct?
Yeah.
Chiefs. Okay, Chiefs. Next, we will go on to Arizona at Denver. Questions about Russell Wilson, I still believe. And there is no question about Kyler Murray. He is out with a torn ACL. He's done for the year, so in comes Colt McCoy. And I think we said it was Riper? Shoot. See, I don't have my tech guy. If Russ can't go, I forget his backup. It's like Riperior, Reap, something. Starts with an R. I can't remember his name.
His daddy played quarterback.
Oh, yeah. I don't know.
Yeah.
Before my time.
Yeah.
But anyway, could be another game with backup versus backup. Really depends. I did not see if Russ is cleared yet. He has until 4:05 on Sunday.
Okay.
So there is still a possibility for him to clear.
I think his dad used to be quarterback for the Washington.
Commanders? Well.
At the time, the Redskins, yeah.
Well, anyway, I'm going Broncos just because I like their defense a whole lot better.
Yeah, Arizona's shown me nothing this year to give me any confidence.
I want to hit save your picks before you stay with Chicago there.
Not that Denver's doing me any good, but if you got to choose between the two who are playing on that given day,
yeah,
I'm going to go with the Broncos.
Absolutely, I agree. Zach is going to go with us on the Broncos, and Eric is going Cardinals. On to New England at Vegas. Interesting. I think I just like New England's defense better. I think that's the only reason I chose them here.
I think the Raiders are just finding ways to lose games. I think they're the first team ever to lose 3 games after leading by 17 points or more. And then they just blew another 13-point lead the other night.
To LA, wasn't it?
To LA.
No.
The Rams.
Yeah.
Or Rams or Chargers. But,
you're right, yeah.
The Raiders are just they're finding ways to lose
and that's
and
the thing
win.
Is I had them one of the better teams this year because you look at the roster. Yeah. But I'm going Patriots.
And the Patriots, they're still a well-coached team. They still play decent football, and I'm just going to go with them.
Yeah. Eric is going to join us this time and go Patriots, and Zach is going the other way, and he's going Raiders. On to Tennessee at Chargers. Listen, Tennessee's going downhill, I think. Even though Chargers hopefully might be going in the right direction. They finally have some wide receivers who are healthy. Mike Williams was out for a while. They also had, oh no, who's the other one? Oh shoot, names are escaping me. But their wide receivers were hurt for a while, but now they have them back healthy.
Right.
Keenan Allen was also hurt,
right.
But now they're
He's
both
back.
healthy. Hopefully, they can get some offense going. I think Tennessee's just going downhill fast.
Yeah.
I think they're going to struggle bus. If Jacksonville is getting a little shot, Jacksonville has a chance to overtake them in the division. With the games that are left,
Okay.
if Tennessee loses out and Jacksonville wins out, Jacksonville will win the division.
Wow.
Which would be interesting, seeing as I think they were a 1-win team last year.
Yep.
Which, hey, shocking. That was against us.
Yeah.
I have Chargers here.
Chargers, yes.
Zach is going with us this time and going Chargers, but Eric is going Titans.
Okay.
Um,
No, the Chargers look pretty good at home, and again, they're at home this week, so.
Next is Cincinnati at Tampa Bay. I don't think we have to talk about this long. I believe we're all going Bengals.
Yeah.
Bengals offense, they did it last year. I think they're doing it again. They beat the Chiefs, and then they just beat the Browns, which I don't believe Burrow had ever beaten the Browns before. I just think last year they got really hot at the end of the year. Their offense was clicking. They just got Joe Mixon back. And last year their offense clicked at the end of the year. That drove them into the playoffs, into the Super Bowl. They might do it again this year. Yeah, I'm going to take Bengals here. And Buccaneers, come on now.
Yeah, I think Tampa's in trouble.
Tom shouldn't have come back.
Even if they make the playoffs, they're not going to go far.
No, Tom should not have come back.
No.
He's definitely regretting that. All Bengals. Next, divisional game, Giants at Washington. I think Giants are showing us their colors. I think early on they were good, but Saquon, I don't think has put up a 100-yard game in a few weeks. And if he doesn't put up 100 yards, they don't play well.
Right.
Commanders, I think, have found, they're playing better than I think people expected them to play.
Yeah.
Both offensively and defensively. I think Commanders take this, and I don't know if it'll even be close.
I think it's going to be a close game. It'll probably be an entertaining game.
Yeah.
The only thing that could be truly hysterical would be if they did another tie. That'd be historic.
They did just tie, didn't they? I forgot they did just tie. Like, what, 2 weeks ago, right?
And
they just played 2 weeks ago.
And that'd be the only time ever that two teams
they tied, and it was the same damn team. Listen, that would be hilarious. You know what? I even joked to Zach that if the Colts, I didn't want Colts to even beat Houston at the end of the year. Just let them tie again.
Yeah.
Since they tied them the time again, and Zach was like, "Please, for the love of God, no." That would be funny though. You know what? Watch this. Have them tie and have the Colts tie.
Colts, yeah.
And the 4 teams that tied were the same bloody 4 teams against each other twice.
And
that would be insane.
And then watch how fast the NFL comes up with some way
to get
of resolving tiebreakers.
Good, because I've complained about them for weeks.
I mean, it used to be in the earlier days, way back when, there used to be a lot of ties in the NFL.
Really?
Oh, they didn't play overtime.
Oh, okay, that's true.
Before they even went into overtime. And there used to be quite a few ties.
So are you going Commanders?
Yes, I am.
Everybody's going Commanders. Zach and Eric going Commanders. I'm going Commanders. That is the Sunday night game, by the way. So our final game of Week 15 is the Rams versus the Packers. This is Baker Mayfield's second start. He had 1 day of practice, maybe not even that, and he drove the team on a 98-yard, under 2-minute drive with no timeouts for the game-winning score. In my opinion, that's impressive as all get out.
He's kind of used to the cold, being up there in Cleveland for a couple years, so I don't think being up there in Green Bay is going to bother him.
Listen, I want Baker to do well. I'm going to be honest. Baker's just one of those players. I have James, who I used to play football. Big Baker fan. He wanted him to come here in the offseason. I think even Zach wanted Baker to come here in the offseason. I'm very interested to see what he does in LA.
I think this is going to be a very big game for him. If he plays a good game and really tightens it up, Stafford may just say, "Hey,
I think," and again,
I'm heading out of here, and
I think Stafford does it either way because again, the type of injury he has,
right,
and his wife is kind of pressuring him. That type of injury is one where if you don't get surgery, you don't play another snap of football.
Right. Because
so if he doesn't
play, that area could be threatening.
Yeah. So I think he retires anyway, and so basically, this Baker's like, "Hey, you don't need to find a quarterback. I'm good. We're good here."
Yeah.
And so I don't like what the Packers are doing.
Yeah, I'm struggling with this one. I'm looking. I've got my pick set as the Packers, but I'm just wondering if
you could change that.
I can change that. I may go Rams on this one.
I'm currently going Rams. Zach is going Rams, and Eric is going Packers. Now, are you going to change now, or are you going to think about it? You have till Monday, obviously.
I may hold off on this one until the weekend.
All right. Fair.
Because I got the Packers. Aaron Rodgers. Used to be one of my boys and all that, but
no,
he's not there anymore.
Yeah, because he's drinking all that psychedelic mushroom tea.
The whole team isn't there. I don't know if the hair keeps whipping around, getting in his eyes, or if he's gotten it cut yet.
I don't think so. He might have actually. I don't know. I don't watch much of the Packers game.
But the Rams, they're both pretty equal right now. It's not like one's head and shoulders above the other one right now.
Yeah.
So
that leaves it with me and Zach going Rams, and you and Eric going Packers currently. How it holds.
Going Packers currently, but come next week, that may have changed.
So that wraps it up for predictions. As I said, going to be a much shorter episode. I actually extended it by talking a little bit of stuff here and there, but next week, hopefully we're going to have a lot more people in the house apparently. We had a lot of people yesterday, then they all left. They all went back to Ohio. Hopefully next week we can get Zach and Eric in here. Maybe if one of you fools want to come down and do predictions.
You get Keith from Alaska.
He won't be here next week. Really? Yeah, because God, we'll have Uncle Keith, we'll have Ben, we'll have Amanda, we'll have the other Amanda.
Better do your show early before the party gets started up the stairs.
Louder than what it was yesterday.
Winter solstice starts next Wednesday. Party will be going on.
Anyway, could be loud next week. You might see a bunch of people. As I said, I have a gift for Zach for next week. I'm getting Eric one. Hopefully they're back. So, enjoy the episode. I'm going to have our other links down here. So get a like, go over there. We will see you next week.
Have a good one.